All right, man. We back again, another episode. Gridiron Guy Podcast. Uh, we got we got some interesting developments, man. Last time we spoke, Eagles was arguably the best team in the league. At 10-1, I believe 10-1 they was at. Uh, looking like they had the number one seed in the NFC locked up. And now anybody with eyes knows that the best team in the NFC currently is the 49ers. And the Eagles haven't won since we had turkey on our table.
Bruh.
It's been a long time. Christmas is in Christmas on Monday, I think.
They started the season 8-0, and they like 2-4 in their last six.
Yeah, they are not going well right now in Philadelphia.
No.
The defense is cooked. They got Pro Bowlers on that second level. James Bradbury wasn't
Bruh,
James Bradbury a Pro Bowler?
Bruh, all they got is names, bruh. That's all they
Yeah,
got.
James Bradbury a Pro Bowler?
Yeah, I think Darius Slay was too.
Big Play Slay was a Pro Bowler as well.
And then they
They
traded
lost.
and they traded for Byard.
Yeah, they Kevin Byard. Look, that back end is soft. Pause. I'm telling you.
Yeah, bruh.
Okay, I'm telling you that back end is soft. Okay, and unfortunately, this is a Tuesday we're recording this. Unfortunately, Drew Lock took advantage of that last night.
Oh my
Um,
God.
I just posted on the Gridiron Guy page. Uh, Last night on the final drive, James Bradbury was targeted on every single pass play. That is terrible. That is supposed to be a Pro Bowl cornerback who got a. He's supposed to have a chip on his shoulder because he held Juju to lose the Super Bowl last year,
For sure.
and he's supposed to have a chip on his shoulder this year to prove something different. And it looked like everything that Debo said
Hey,
about the
he called him trash, bruh.
yeah, and which is crazy because the 49ers didn't play the Eagles last time we talked yet. Um, and Debo called the secondary trash, said he had respect for Slay, but he called Bradbury trash, and he went and put it on him. He put 3 tubs on them.
Oh my God.
Uh, yeah,
Debo.
he
So
stood on
Debo's
business.
great, bruh.
He stood on business that game. So
Debo's great.
I'm gonna be real with you. The Eagles, um, at the beginning of the year, I had Eagles and 49ers in the NFC Championship. Um, I'm 100% confident on the 49ers making that NFC Championship game as well. The confidence has waned on the Eagles. I still think they'll make the NFC Championship game, but the more this season goes on, the more they lose by in that game.
Bro, they're the third best team in the NFC right now. I wouldn't even put them above the Cowboys, even though the Cowboys got obliterated by the Bills. But we saw what the Cowboys did to the Eagles the other week.
I think they got one more game against the Eagles, right?
Do they? They
Um,
should, because they only play one. They only play. No, they played twice already. They played twice
they
already.
played twice already. They split it, right?
Yeah.
So if they yeah, November 5th, Eagles won 28-23, and then Cowboys won the last one 33-13. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the Cowboys are pretenders. Um,
But they always are. But do you don't feel like the Eagles are pretenders as well? Bruh, that secondary is terrible, bruh. You're
I
not
think
gonna go far with that, bro.
I think the Eagles are better than the Cowboys, but I don't think it's by a very, very wide margin. I think they're neck and neck. Um, I think I think the Cowboys are pretenders, and if I think they're neck and neck, that would make the Eagles pretenders then too. So I think the only serious team out of the NFC, they have to be the 49ers.
Bro, they're
That
going
has
to the bowl. They're going to the bowl, bro.
that has to be that has to be the only serious team out of the NFC, the 49ers. And then additionally, let's go AFC. At this point of the season, I don't know who the hell's coming up the AFC.
I
Okay.
know.
I thought that the Ravens was pretenders
Yeah.
because offensively they couldn't get it together. They was winning games just off the defense. Then you look at the last few weeks, the offense is picking up.
Hey, Lamar turning up at the right time,
Lamar's
man.
turning up. Odell is starting to look healthy again. All right. Isaiah Likely is scoring.
Hey, Zay Flowers is a problem.
Yeah, Zay Flowers is a problem. And
even Nelson Aguilar is producing.
yeah, and y'all doing all of this while the dude I thought was gonna show up is injured. Ain't Bateman injured?
Nah, he was balling on Sunday.
Oh yeah. So look, I think
Mark Andrews is injured.
Mark Andrews is injured. Yeah, Mark Andrews is injured with the high ankle sprain. And they talking about banning that hip drop tackle now next year. But it wasn't as they should until Mark Andrews got hurt.
As they should.
It wasn't, but as they
couldn't
should.
Believe it, man. Right, couldn't believe it.
But look, out of the AFC, I think I hate to admit that you was right, but early in the year you told me you was gonna be Ravens 49ers in the bowl game.
Hey.
And I think it's gonna be Ravens and 49ers in the bowl game because as I've been telling everybody that knows me in the last few years, Patrick Mahomes is gonna see what the NFL is really, really like when your targets can't do what his targets have been doing. He won the Super Bowl without Tyreek Hill, and it was cool. He had Juju out there. Travis Kelce was putting up great numbers. Who else was out there last year?
But Kadarius Toney was balling last year though, and he's terrible this year.
No, yeah, and Toney was balling as well. And on top of that, they had
Mecole Hardman.
Yeah, they had Mecole Hardman last year, who was a veteran, and they had what's the name? Didn't they have MVS? Marcos Valdez-Scantling?
Yeah,
they had MVS last year, so
he's still there, isn't he?
And he's still there. He's still there. He's still there. So I think they had a better receiving group last year. Not as good as when they had Tyreek, but look, Mahomes is gonna realize how it is to really play quarterback, bruh.
Bruh, he's been getting bailed out for a long time.
If you look at all the great quarterbacks, bruh, Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, all right? Peyton Manning, again, he had Reggie Wayne, Demaryius Thomas, Julius Thomas, Wes Welker, Eric Decker had a 1,000-yard season.
Yeah, Eric Decker was nice with
all the great quarterbacks, John Elway, Shannon Sharp. Every great quarterback has the guy, bro. Tom Brady, Gronk, his last 4 Super Bowls, he had Mike Evans and Chris Godwin in the Bucks one.
And AB.
The last 3 with the Patriots, he didn't have any Pro Bowlers. And a lot of people, Tom Brady spoiled people by winning Super Bowl 49 with he won Super Bowl 49 with Gronk out there, Edelman, Brandon LaFell, Danny Amendola. And you look at those guys, other than Gronk, you don't really have the guys that really make the difference. Right? Edelman is great in the playoffs, but if you look at his regular season numbers, he's not the guy.
Right.
And then in Super Bowl 51 against the Falcons, they got Martellus Bennett out there at tight end.
I forgot about him.
Gronk was injured.
Yeah.
Gronk didn't play that game.
Martellus Bennett was nice.
Martellus Bennett was nice, especially on the Bears. They had Martellus Bennett out there. They had Malcolm Mitchell. James White was catching all the passes out of the backfield. They had Chris Hogan. These are not the guys, bro. You have them anywhere else other than New England, they're not producing. That's true. You have Super Bowl 53 against the Rams. All you have is Gronk. You have Edelman, who wins the MVP, kind of like Deion Branch, who won the MVP in the early 2000s. But you don't have any guys. Tom Brady, it makes the playing quarterback for a lot of great quarterbacks unfair because you start to paint their careers against his, which you shouldn't do.
Tom Brady that's why he's the GOAT.
And that's why he's the GOAT. Tom Brady winning Super Bowls without star-studded receivers, that's an anomaly. That's an outlier. That's not common. You look, Peyton Manning had Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne. Joe Montana had Jerry Rice. John Elway had Shannon Sharp. And Rod Woodson. Who are the great quarterbacks? Who are the great quarterbacks? Give me a great quarterback. Aaron Rodgers had Greg Jennings, had Donald Driver his only Super Bowl, and he had Jordy Nelson who led the league in touchdowns one year.
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger, he had Hines Ward when he won the Super Bowl, and then he had Santonio Holmes, who's a Pro Bowler as well. Like, who
did Plexico win with them too?
Plaxico. I think Plaxico might have been drafted. No, he was drafted by the Steelers, but I think he was traded to the Giants. But was he traded to the Giants before they won their first one? Because Plaxico was a problem as well. And
he was in Pittsburgh from 2000 to 2004.
Yeah, he wasn't even there for the first one, but he was there for Eli Manning. Caught that game with a touchdown in the corner.
He did.
So come on, bro. You're gonna have to realize that when you win a Super Bowl as a quarterback, you have to have a guy, bro. You got to have a guy. Sure. Look at Josh Allen's career before he had Stephon Diggs.
He didn't even look like a quarterback.
Look at Tua before he had Tyreek. He had Waddle, but Tyreek changed his life.
Bro, I could play quarterback with Tyreek.
Bro, look at Dak Prescott his rookie year. He looked really, really good, didn't he?
Because Dez was still that guy.
Dez was still that guy. He had that offensive line, and Zeke was running the air out the ball.
Yeah.
Next few years.
Don't forget about Jason Witten.
And Jason Witten was still productive. The next few years, it was kind of shaky, right?
Yeah.
They brought in Amari. He changed life.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have the guy. And I think that Patrick Mahomes is learning that now. They dropping a lot of passes. They dropping passes at a rate that's near the top of the league, if not at the top.
Yeah. Even right now, the Cowboys have a pretty good receiving core with CD.
They got a great receiving core.
You got Brandon Cooks. You got Michael Gallup.
Cooking. They got a great receiving core, but I think Patrick Mahomes is about to learn that over the next few years, that if you don't have a Pro Bowler out there or somebody who can consistently beat man coverage and actually catch the ball, it's gonna be hard to win games, no matter how good you are. You can't do no look passes to people that's dropping the ball.
Nah, D Hop was trying to get out there. They should have signed D Hop. They didn't want to pay him.
They should have paid him. They should have signed D Hop. And I think D Hop wanted to go to a contender. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people say that and they want the money, but look, I don't know about D Hop personally, his situation personally, but if the Tennessee Titans are offering me, let's just throw a number out there, and I'm not saying this is what he got paid, but let's just say $10 million. And your goal is to win. It came down to the Titans and the Patriots, right? Let's just say D Hop is getting $10 million from the Titans, 9.5, 9.75 from the Patriots, and you get 8.5 from the Chiefs.
I'm going to the Chiefs.
I'm going to the Chiefs every time, bro. I'm going
because you win a Super Bowl, more money gonna come anyway.
You win the Super Bowls pay bills for way longer than what your NFL career will last for.
Yeah, and the Titan is when you go to the Titans, that's where receivers go to die anyway.
They're not winning over there. They're not winning over there. All right, they got quarterback issues. Mm-hmm. They're not winning over there. All right, mm-hmm. So I think Mahomes is going to learn. He's learning right now, but he's going to continue to learn that life is hard when you don't have that guy out there.
For sure, right? especially nowadays.
And Travis Kelce, his production is dropping. You got to realize this. He's the same age as Gronk, and Gronk ain't been in the league. He was in the league last year, but he ain't been in the league since.
All them injuries is taking a toll on Travis, man.
And Travis got a lot of surgeries. All right, so
I think he said he had like 10 surgeries, right?
They started to take a toll on him, bro. And it's crazy because he's not the most physical guy when he's out in the open field. He gets down a lot, but he's not looking for contact, right? And so it's amazing that he's last this long, but them that's taking a toll on him. So I think out of the AFC, I think we should expect the Ravens in that AFC Championship game. And on top of that, I think they'll be hosting it as well.
We got to take care of business though.
Yeah,
We got
you got to take care of business.
We got to. We control our destiny right now.
Yeah, got to take care of business. But I think that the Ravens, I think that they hold their destiny to the AFC Championship game right now, and I think they should beat whoever they face in there and make the Super Bowl.
This will be the year. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
Now, I will say that, and they have the same record as the 49ers, correct?
Yeah, they both 11-3.
The only reason I'm not giving Lamar Jackson the MVP and I'm gonna give it to Purdy, is simple. And you know, I've been one to hate on Lamar Jackson. Most of the time I do it just to fuck with you. I fuck with the boy.
the thing is, I saw your tweet yesterday. I was like, he just trying to fuck with me. Hey, I was like, he not even gonna get a reaction out of me, my nigga. I just kept scrolling.
I tweeted, I know why the fuck we talking about giving Lamar Jackson MVP votes?
I looked at it, bro, and I kept scrolling, nigga.
Most time I'll be doing it just to fuck with you, but look, I'm gonna keep it G real. Here's the reason I'm giving it to Purdy over Lamar. Lamar has 7 picks?
Mm-hmm.
And 11 fumbles. That's a lot of fucking fumbles.
But the fumbles is not even really his fault, bruh.
7 picks, 11 fumbles. That's 8. I don't know how many fumbles
it's
lost.
11 fumbles. It's 11.
It's 11 fumbles, but I don't know how many fumbles lost. Obviously, it's less fumbles lost. But it's
fumbled a lot in the beginning.
Yeah, so the reason I'm giving it to Purdy is Purdy is second in the league in passing yards, but he's 32nd in passing attempts.
Look who he's playing with, bruh.
That don't matter.
You want to know what?
It do matter.
No,
it does matter.
It's not gonna matter because you want to know what? And I already had this feeling coming into this pod today. You know what I mean? On Christmas Day, that's gonna determine. That's gonna determine who the MVP is.
We'll find out. But look,
and then after we play the Niners, guess what? We got to see 2-2.
We'll find out. And guess what? And and we can build the same case for Brock Purdy, because guess what? There are the NFC is whittled down to a 3-headed monster: the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the 49ers. One of these teams have beaten both of them by 20 each.
Yeah.
The 49ers have dubbed off the Cowboys and they dubbed off the Eagles. And Brock Purdy was dominant in both of them. Don't matter if he was throwing slants and they was taking him to the house. Don't matter if they were throwing 5-yard and in and they was taking him to the house. He looked good in both.
Nah, Brock is the MVP right now, but Lamar is too. And if Lamar go on Christmas Day and show out and outplay Brock and get the dub in San Fran,
I will tell you this. What you said is true. If Lamar goes to San Francisco and Brock Purdy stinks it up, and Lamar has one of those 2021 games,
yeah,
and he takes it back on you for real. 2019. I'm sorry. If he has one of those, if he has one of those 2019 games, and he turns back the clock on you, then we got to have a different conversation. Especially if he does it again to the Dolphins, which I anticipate he will do, because the Dolphins don't do well against teams that are actually good.
They only win against ass teams.
They win against bums. And the 49ers are actually good. The Ravens are actually good. They're a good team, great defense, great offense, and the offense is picking up. So I don't anticipate that they'll have any problem with the Dolphins. Tyreek Hill will probably get 130, and that'll be this is how it's gonna go. Tyreek Hill will get 130 yards receiving, right? He gonna have a tub on y'all. 130 in a tub. And Tua gonna have 170 yards passing. It's gonna be 40 yards to everybody. It's gonna be 40 yards to everybody else. It's gonna be 130 of that with the Tyreek. All right. Hey, Kyle Hamilton go.
Hey, he's been balling. Hey, when I text you, he might be the best safety, bro.
No, Kyle Hamilton gonna give up the deep ball in the first quarter. He gonna get mad. He gonna throw his hands up, and it's gonna be shut down for the rest of the game. All right, it's gonna be shut down for the rest of the game. But Tyreek's gonna get one.
Yeah, he'll get one for sure. It'll probably be on Marlon.
Don't do that.
It'll probably be on Marlon.
What's wrong with Marlon?
Even though he played amazing the other day, he's been tripping. I mean, a lot of it has to do with injuries. He hasn't really been healthy all year.
Is Marlon Humphrey Mr. Every Other Year?
Gotta be.
Is that what he is?
How many games?
Because 2 years ago he was terrible,
and last year he was amazing.
And this year, and you know what's crazy? 2 years ago he was terrible, and the year before he was terrible, he was amazing again.
But he had to have foot surgery during preseason, and he had to recover from that. So I give him a pass. But it seemed like he getting better week by week though. He played great on Sunday.
But look, yeah. So I think we're looking at Eagles. Or not the Eagles, but a Ravens, wrong bird. We're looking at a Ravens 49ers Super Bowl.
He's only played 7 games this year.
Oh, well, yeah. So he getting better with time. Yeah. And on top of that, I don't know if I said this already, but the Eagles have looked terrible. We already talked about the back end. We said they had Pro Bowlers back there and they getting torched, but the Eagles have looked terrible. Okay, it's at
the wrong time,
at the worst possible time, and they were barely beating teams at the beginning of the year, and you said it was a lot of people just attributed it to they're gonna get right towards the end of the season. They just got to get out the Knicks and the stuff like that, the little itty bitty shit. But they look terrible. They have looked terrible, and they've had a few games where they looked really really good. But you got to realize this: a lot of their games, Jalen Hurts has had to make plays in the fourth quarter to get them out of situations which they probably should have lost.
Yeah.
They have been losing games back to back. I had them going like 14-3 when they were 8-0. And it looks like they might not get there.
Nah, 13-4 is the best scenario for them.
Jackson Smith and Jibba just torched them on that last drive last night for that game-winning touchdown. Hey,
what a throw by Drew Lock. Yeah,
and Drew Lock threw a fucking rope. All right, that was a 40-yard handoff. All right,
bro, what a throw, bro.
That he put it right in the breadbasket. Okay, and if you got Drew Lock talking crazy to you, you got to reinvent some stuff.
For sure,
got to go back to the wheel and reinvent some stuff. Okay, because Drew Lock is talking crazy to you. He's putting it on. He's talking crazy. Yeah. So you got to go back and you got to say, look, this is not what we want. Y'all defending NFC champions, and y'all was a hold away from going into overtime to possibly win a Super Bowl last year. You got to have it. Ain't looking good for them.
Yeah, all right? But losing a defensive coordinator
that made that. But here's the thing about that though. Losing a defensive coordinator, yeah, you lost a few pieces, but where DeMeco Ryans at? DeMeco Ryans is the coach of the Texans, and he was the defensive coordinator for the 49ers last year, wasn't he?
And the Niners is still a stand.
And the Niners is still those guys. And Hufanga, they all-pro safety, is not even playing because he tore his ACL. He tore his knee earlier in the year. So
the defensive coordinator of the Eagles is Matt Patricia, right?
Newly, yeah. And don't get me wrong,
he was never great.
I like Matt Patricia calling defense. Like I'm not a fan of him being a head coach or nothing. I'm not a fan of him running anything, but a defense he could do that. He could do that for sure.
He was the coach of the Lions, right? That was when Slay was. That was when Slay was there.
And Slay had a problem with him, but apparently they're good now.
Slay should have just came to Baltimore. Because he almost did.
You know where I be wanting to send everybody.
Yeah, that's your problem, man.
Hey, send them to San Fran.
You always want to send motherfuckers to San Fran.
Send them to San Fran. That red jersey, nice.
It's amazing.
It's a great jersey.
It's amazing.
Lamar go over there and free agency when he get out the contract, he's gonna get the red. You gonna get you the red 7?
He's number 8 for one.
Steve Young got it. So you're gonna go to 7. You gonna give him the red 7?
He was 7 in high school, huh?
Yeah,
but
7. What's up?
But the thing is, Lamar said he won a Super Bowl. He changing his number to 1.
Oh, okay. Or he call up Steve and be like, "Yo, Steve, man, much respect, man. We got the same game, man. Can I get that 8 off you?"
Nah, Lamar ain't going nowhere. He a Raven for life. But even if Lamar did go, I'm a Raven before I'm a Lamar fan. Come on now.
That's what I like to hear.
Hey, you see the jersey I got on? Ray Lewis. Come on now.
That's when Lamar was in middle school. Come on.
Hey, with the Super Bowl patch. Talk to me.
Man. Come on,
Talk
man.
to me.
Look, but yeah, man, the NFC is looking different than what we saw the last time we spoke. And I don't think the Eagles will be the guys we thought they would at the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Hey, and I think the last time we spoke, we both agreed that Dak was the MVP.
At the time, yeah. But Dak Prescott, he plays too many trash teams. Yeah. And he balls on the trash teams. And I give you credit for that because you got to beat who you're supposed to beat. You can't be losing to trash teams. And when the Cowboys play trash teams, they beat them and they beat them bad. When you beating trash teams bad, you got to do what you're supposed to do because a lot of the good teams, they beat trash teams, but they don't blow them out. Cowboys be blowing them out, but the Cowboys also get blown out.
Yeah, facts.
So I got in the NFC Championship game. I don't have the Cowboys making it. I do have the Eagles and the 49ers playing each other in the NFC Championship game with the 49ers advancing.
Yeah.
AFC Championship game, I got the Chiefs going to Baltimore to face the Ravens. I had the Ravens winning. And
you think the Chiefs really gonna get there? Well, they could.
Look, man, I said all of that stuff about Patrick Mahomes needing to find out how it's gonna be without a receiver, but at the end of the day, he makes it happen and he can squeeze out wins. All right. So
yeah, because they could beat the Dolphins. They could.
Yeah. They could beat the Dolphins. They can beat the Bengals without Joe, even though Jake Browning is playing crazy. Jake Browning is playing out of his mind.
They can beat the Jaguars.
They can beat all those AFC teams, and then they go to Baltimore. I think they lose 28-17 in Baltimore. I think Baltimore goes to the Super Bowl, and I think Baltimore 49ers final score. I think final score 28-21. 28-21. Probably. This is how it's gonna go. I pay for you right now. 28-21. This is how it's gonna go. Lamar Jackson or Brock Purdy scores late. Lamar Jackson don't have enough time to get down the field.
One thing about number 8, he always gonna find a way to get up the field.
No. Brock Purdy scores late, as in.
So it's gonna be no time.
No, this is gonna be a close game, and when Brock Purdy scores, he'll score with about 35-40 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, that's enough time. That's enough time.
He scored with about 35-40 seconds left on the clock.
Hey, deep ball to Zay. Deep ball to Zay.
When they score, Ravens only got about one timeout left.
Don't matter.
So they hit Zay up the seam. They caught a timeout on the seam route, right? They own 45-50, so they about midfield, right? They got to get it in range for Tucker, but you realize you down 7, so Tucker out the question.
Touchdown OBJ. Yeah. Touchdown OBJ.
No. Earlier in the game, but not.
We already know Odell shows up in big moments.
He does, but 49. Well, he didn't when they was in Lambeau, but
he's more mature now. He's a different.
He's not gonna have the Timbs on a yacht. That's crazy. That's a crazy combination. But nah. So we're gonna go 28-21. The 28-21 49ers Super Bowl champions, second franchise to get to six rings.
Yeah,
We all know the first.
You wanna know what I got?
What you got?
I got the Ravens over the Niners, of course. I got so much respect for the Niners, and I love Debo, I love Kittle, I love that defense, but I got the Ravens winning 31-21. And I think Lamar Jackson just puts on a show. Just puts on a show, man. Hey, and after he wins the Super Bowl, bro,
A lot of narratives will change. A lot of narratives will
there's
change.
no question that he will be the best quarterback in the league, bro.
If Lamar Jackson wins the Super Bowl, a lot of narratives will change. Not only do I think that just him in the playoff narrative will change, I think that him being the best quarterback in the league will change. I think he'll solidify himself as number one. I don't have him as number one now, obviously, but I think he'll be number one.
I would still consider Pat number one.
Yeah, and the only reason I'm gonna have Pat number one is because I use like my little NBA rule. Whoever the defending champion, defending finals MVP is,
You got to knock
get the
him
most
down.
points. That's who get the most points. And
gotta knock him
Mahomes
out.
is the defending Super Bowl champion, defending Super Bowl MVP. So, rightfully so, he has the accolades for to be the guy, and he's the defending the regular season MVP. So, he's the guy right now.
I think Lamar too, though.
If Lamar wins the Super Bowl this year, I say he's comfortably in the number one spot because he would have done it with an old Odell and super young receivers in Bateman and Zay and Likely, and he would have
in a shaky O line
and a shaky old line, and he would have had to have a Superman performance to have done it. It's gonna look like 2010 Auburn and Cam Newton for him to pull this off. So,
and he's capable.
And he's capable, and he has a defense that's good enough to support him. So, I think when the Ravens were they 14-2 or 13-3 when they had all those Pro Bowlers?
They were 14-2.
When they lost that game against the Titans in the playoffs that year, I thought they had a really good chance to win a Super Bowl. Obviously, they were one of the favorites, if not the favorite out of the NFC, out of the AFC. But I think this is their next best chance. After that, they gotta get it done. It's gonna be an uphill battle.
You want to know what fucked us up that year?
What happened?
John Harbaugh sitting all the starters that final game, and then you get the first, and then you get the bye, and then you done had 2 weeks off, and you going into the divisional game.
My boy was talking crazy. Earl Thomas was talking crazy about how he wasn't scared of Derrick Henry. That boy was running away from him in that game.
That nigga Derrick Henry used him as a blocker.
Bro was running away from him in that game. So, so I think we got Ravens 49ers in the Super Bowl, but I think obviously it's a difference in opinion of who will win. I know the Ravens gonna lose though. I know it. And it's not because for once, it's not because I'm hating on the Ravens. I just think the 49ers are that good. I think the 49ers got the best
they're
roster.
Great. They're not even that good. They're great.
I think the 49ers have the best roster in the league, and it's going to take for anybody, not just the Ravens, for anybody to beat the 49ers, it's going to take a Herculean effort from that team defensively, which the Ravens are capable of. Mm-hmm. It's going to take a great effort offensively, which the Ravens are capable of. But you got to hope and pray that the 49ers aren't playing well. Because if the 49ers are at their best, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Imagine
it's definitely going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
Imagine you a cornerback. Imagine you Marlon Humphrey. And you get jammed at the line of scrimmage. And the receiver comes off the jam because it's a running play and he's not really engaging on the block. And you turn and Trent Williams is pulling right towards you. Yeah. And all you see is a 7-foot man running as fast as he can with a forearm straight to your chest. That is a scary fucking sight. All right. And Bruh, that is a scary fucking sight. I'm telling you right now.
It's crazy how Trey Williams is still
He
that guy,
should, and he
man.
shouldn't be able to move like that. He
No,
shouldn't be able to move like that. So
he's a freak of nature,
it's
bro.
a problem. And the white boy is the best running back in the league.
Oh, hands down.
He's the best running back in the league. And I've been
There's
saying,
between him and number two, it's a big gap.
I said he was top 3 when he was with the Panthers, right? And when he went 1,000, I was trying to say he was the best. But as soon as they sent him to Kyle Shanahan, you sent him to Kyle Shanahan at 27 years old or 26 years old. You give Kyle Shanahan a 26-year-old Christian McCaffrey. It's not fair. It's not fair because Christian McCaffrey, let me see.
And this is also going to be a great test for him because we are great at defending the run.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey right now is 27, and he turned 27 at the beginning of the OTAs. He turned 27 in June, so he'll be 28 next year. Christian McCaffrey, this is his age 27 season, 28 and 29. So he got 2 more seasons, full seasons, before he turned 30. He can make a Hall.
They got a lot of time.
If he healthy, he can make a Hall of Fame case right now. Okay, because Christian McCaffrey is already locked up him being first team All Pro this year. He first team All Pro. Sure. Raheem Mostert is probably going to be second team All Pro.
And he was MVP runner up to Lamar Jackson that year.
McCaffrey?
Yeah,
that's the year he won 1,000. He won 1,000 that year.
He was MVP runner up.
So look, McCaffrey is going to get first team All Pro this year. I knew as soon as they sent him to Kyle Shanahan he draws up way too exotic of a running game for Christian McCaffrey to not be successful. Because Christian McCaffrey, when he get in between them tackles, he be shimmying like hell. So
that's true.
I'm telling you right now, and it's not that I'm trying to shit on the Ravens. It's just going to be a tough test to beat, 1, a healthy 49ers team, and 2, a healthy 49ers team that's really playing up to the potential. Because if they playing up to the potential, it's you're going to get quick slants. That's go for 60 yards.
For sure.
You're going to bite on the quick slant and get a sluggo that go for 40 yards. And you're going to have a tough time dealing with Bosa, dealing with Ward, dealing with what's the linebacker name? Best middle linebacker in the league.
He's not the best.
He's the best middle linebacker.
You talking about Warner, but he not.
Yes, Fred Warner is a problem to deal with.
He's not better than Roquan Smith. I'm sorry.
Oh my, I knew you was gonna say it, but look,
he's not better than Roquan.
It's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to deal with. I'm telling you.
I'm taking number 0 over 54 any day of the week.
You can have that. But we'll see on Christmas though. Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Oh yeah, that's a Super Bowl. That's a Super Bowl preview right there.
And I'm glad they gave us that game because that's a Christmas present for real. I'm gonna be tuned in. But let's move on. This is the last thing I want to discuss. This is gonna be a quick episode. All right. The last thing I want to discuss is Brandon Staley. All right. So the Chargers. I was just talking about this with somebody. The Chargers have one of the most talented rosters in the league. They're one of the few rosters that have a Pro Bowler at every level. And what I mean by that is discounting special teams. They have a Pro Bowl quarterback in Justin Herbert. They have don't they have Pro Bowl offensive line? Who they got at the offensive line? They just gave
somebody did just get paid.
They just gave somebody some money at offensive line. Rashawn Slater.
Yeah.
No. Let me see. Nah, it wasn't a Pro Bowler. It was Zion Johnson I was thinking about. First round pick. So You got a first round pick in Zion Johnson, right? Then you got
You got Will Clapp at center.
yeah, you got Will Clapp at center. You got Rashawn Slater, who's a Pro Bowler. That's how I meant the first time. Rashawn Slater, who's a Pro Bowler, who's also a first round pick and was an All Pro team in 2021, second team All Pro. So that's Herbert at quarterback, 2 Pro Bowlers at least on the offensive line. You got Austin Eckler, who is a dual threat.
Yeah, but he's been
And
having a
running back.
really he's been having a really bad season this year. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I've come across a lot of Chargers fans that want him gone.
But look, man, they got Eckler. And then out wide, you got Keenan Allen, who's top 5 in the league in receiving yards. Even though he's injured, you got Big Mike.
One of the best route runners I've ever seen.
Ever. And then you got Big Mike, even though he's injured. That's offense. Defensively, on the line, you got Bosa. Linebacker, you got Mack. Cornerback, you got Asante Samuel Jr. At safety, you got Derwin. They have guys at every level, and they are not getting it done. Okay, they will have a new head coach. They will have a new head coach because with a roster that talented, it's unacceptable. Okay, Patriots rosters suck, and the reports are saying that the Patriots and Bill Belichick will be parting ways this year.
They're not.
And if I'm Bill Belichick, the very first place I am going is to Los Angeles to play at SoFi Stadium with Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen. If I'm the Chargers, you hire Bill Belichick. Do not let him be the GM. Do not let him be the GM.
Bill Belichick ain't going nowhere, bro. He's gonna be a Patriot next season.
Play devil's advocate. If he leaves, where does he go? To the Chargers.
That would be the perfect spot for him if he was to leave, but I don't see him leaving though.
That's the ideal place. I think he goes to the Chargers, and I think the Chargers are in the AFC Championship game next year.
Because why part ways with him when you gave him that extension in the offseason? There's no way you thought you was going. There's no way you was going into the new season thinking y'all were going to be contenders.
Robert Kraft is a billionaire. He'll pay it later. They gave John Gruden a 10-year deal. They still paying him. He ain't even been a coach for 2 years.
That's who I think gonna be the Chargers coach.
And
if Mike Tomlin and the Steelers part ways, I could see Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin parting ways with the Steelers ain't even an issue. They got a quarterback that throw with a glove on his throwing hand. That's the issue.
And who drafted him? Mike Tomlin.
And what's the name? And Najee Harris run like he got jeans on. All right, so Mike Tomlin ain't the issue. If anything, they overachieve because of Mike Tomlin. Every anonymous players poll that comes out that says which coach would you rather play for or would you most want to play for other than your own coach, Mike Tomlin wins every time.
But he's been there so long, it might just be time to part ways.
The Steelers part ways with Mike Tomlin is going to be a long road back to the top. This ain't Bill Cowher to Mike Tomlin like it was back in the mid-2000s, okay? It's going to be a long road back to the top because they don't have a guy.
But they're not going to be good no time soon with Tomlin anyway.
And they're going to be worse without him. So,
the thing is, I'd rather be really bad than middle of the pack.
Well, yeah, because then you end up with draft picks that could be better. But
you know what I mean?
Staley, though, he's gone. He's done. They just got cooked by the Raiders. Even though no Herbert, you shouldn't be getting cooked like that. All right? They just got cooked by the Raiders, okay?
The team quit on him, though.
And he's supposed to be a defensive coach. That's what they told me. So, look, no, it's done. And the team quit on him. It's done. They don't believe in him. All right? It's done for Staley. It's done for Staley. So I think Belichick will be taking his talents to Los Angeles. I'm gonna go out to a game to shake his hand, thank him for everything he's done in New England as well. All right, gotta show respects to the OG, okay, to the Sith Lord. I gotta thank him for everything he's done. All right. But CJ Stroud, I had him for MVP. He's been hurt, not his fault. But current MVP, I got
concussion, right?
Yeah, he's in concussion protocol. Current MVP, I got Brock Purdy. Offensive Player of the Year, I got Tyreek Hill, but it could be CMC. It could be
Oh
CMC.
yeah, I think CMC passed him so far.
Yeah, Tyreek
Just
got to
just
get to
because Tyreek
2,000.
missed on Sunday.
Yeah, Tyreek got to get to 2,000 for him to win Offensive Player of the Year, and it's going to be an uphill battle to get that. So I think offensive is going to go to CMC. I think Defensive Player of the Year. I think we might be looking at like Myles Garrett for that. Because I think he's a problem. I think he's a problem. Even though you hate him, he's still the guy. TJ Watt. He
I got so
missed
many people ahead of
Mr.
TJ Watt.
Mr. Right Tackle attacker. All right, TJ Watt himself. I think he's still up there. Khalil Mack has played really well this year. He's got the bulk of his
Don't,
one game.
he's not
But
going up there.
no,
Bro. He's not up there, bro.
He's got these are like the
He's
sack
not
leaders
up
that
there, bro.
these are the sack leaders I'm ringing off of. Even though
Boy,
Khalil Mack got like 6 sacks in one game.
hey, what about Matabike from the Ravens though? He got like
Anyway,
12 sacks.
like, oh wait, no, I think he got the record for most consecutive games with half a sack. He went like 11 games straight with half a sack. And that's the record for all time. But nah, I got Myles Garrett winning Defensive Player of the Year, and I still have DeMeco Ryans winning Coach of the Year. What he's done with the Texans have been nothing short of amazing. He's winning Coach of the Year. I think that award is done. They didn't turn that season. So? They still in playoff contention. And they only won what 2-3 games last year.
Who's the Colts coach?
Nah, it ain't right. They got rid of Wright. Oh, Shane Steichen.
That's who I got. The Colts are overachieving.
And they are second in the AFC South. Same record as the Texans. But no, I got DeMeco winning Coach of the Year. And what else?
For me, Coach of the Year, you got to make the playoffs. You got to make the wild card at least.
Well, we'll see. The Colts, Jaguars, and Texans, if I'm not mistaken, all have the same record. So we still waiting to see on who's going to come out that division. So I love what CJ Stroud got going on. He's an LA kid too, so I hope he comes out and leads the Texans to the playoffs.
Great player.
I think he has. This is going to be as big of a landslide for Rookie of the Year voting that we've had in a while. Probably since like RG3.
Yeah, bro. It's not even close, bro.
Yeah, so it is. I don't even think it's close. So yeah, man. That's it. This was supposed to be a quick episode. This is 48 minutes already. But what day is it? It's Tuesday. Mm-hmm. We will be recording again on Thursday, right after the game.
Yep.
So that's it. All right. My boy.
Motorfly guy.
Your boy Cam. And that's it.
Yes, sir.